Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming today, especially those of you who didn't get an invite, which is everybody. We're going to start on our backs, but I want you to take a strap and lay it just flat across the short width of your yoga mat, so that when you lay on it, it's right at kind of the lower rib level, okay? So once you have the strap there, just go ahead and lay down on your back. And you'll feel that the strap just gently, maybe you'll feel that gently on your back. And don't worry about it for now. We're going to get to it in just a moment. And maybe your knees stay bent, your feet are on the floor, and take your feet wide and draw the knees towards center if that feels okay for you. And then let your hands rest on your belly. So the back of the body is nice and wide. The elbows are soft to the floor. And maybe you close your eyes. Just start to get centered on your yoga mat. Start to get centered in your body. And notice the breath as it moves in and out, ideally through the nose, but maybe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just getting centered. And maybe as you inhale, you think the word in or inhale. You just let that word in or inhale drift into your mind as you inhale. And as you exhale, you can think out or exhale. Just a simple in and out. In and out. And just keep going in that manner for a few more breaths. Good, one more right here. And then allow the eyes to open if you would normally. You don't really have to. You can keep the eyes closed. The feet are on the floor. Go ahead and separate the knees, the feet, so that they are hips width apart. And then take both arms overhead, both arms. I have my palms facing the ceiling. My arms are overhead. Press into the back of the shoulders and just feel your back arch like a nice little cow pose. Laying down, right? So you feel this arch through the back, you with the arms overhead, the shoulder blades draw in, the chest lifts, the back lifts, you feel more centered down toward the end of the sacrum, maybe even into the tailbone. You feel your feet, and then draw the feet isometrically toward your hips. So you're just trying to pull those feet back even more so to your hips, but they're not moving. And then release it, leave the arms where they are, push your heels away and round your back so that your back is so flat on the floor. And then inhale as you draw the heels isometrically toward your glutes. You arch and press it away, flattening, rounding almost the back. Good, one more right here. Pull the heels. And exhale, round. And then release your back to neutral. Release your arms back down to your sides. Draw your right knee to your chest. Take the hands behind your right knee and take that leg up to the ceiling. Once your leg's up there, point and flex a few times. Maybe circle, circle, circle one way and then the other. Isn't there a song in there somewhere? One way or the other. Okay, circle and then point really hard, really point, stretch the front of the foot and then flex really hard, stretch the back of that leg. Breathe. If you can, I want you to release your hands from your leg and press those hands down into the belly and take the right leg out toward the right as the left knee goes out to the left. Now, if this is too hard or you're having trouble controlling the descent, take your right hand under your right thigh on the outside, right? And just give it a little bit of support, but the legs are stretching away from each other, the knee going one way, the foot going the other way, and then squeeze through your belly and cross the thighs so that your right leg is heading toward the left and your left knee is heading toward the right. So just a little bit of simple warm up here. And then take the leg straight back up and lower that leg all the way to the floor. Good. Bend that knee, let that foot come to the floor, draw your left knee to your chest, take it up to the ceiling. Hands go behind the leg, point, flex. So we want to warm up, right? We just want to get, I know some of you have already done a bit of walking or exercise this morning. Good. Circle your ankles. Make sure you go both directions, but we want to just kind of lubricate the joints. And then point the toes really hard, really. And flex really hard. Press through the back of the knee so we get a good hamstring stretch here. And then release your hands if you can. And take the left leg out to the left. Take the right knee out to the right. The hips stay pretty steady, right? I'm not leaning too far one side or the other. I feel really centered here. And just breathe. You can relax your hands on your belly. You can press them into the floor for more support. You can take that left hand to the outside of your left thigh just to give it a little more support. And then cross the legs. Ooh, breathe. Yep, just take it in, stretching through that outer left leg. Find your breath. And take it back to center, lower that leg all the way down to the floor, and then bend both knees. And start a couple just easy pelvic tilts and tucks. And again, notice the heels as you push away, tucking, and you pull in when you're tilting, right? And just kind of maybe move from the feet instead of from the pelvis as your main focal point. Good. And then release that. One more little warm up here. You're going to take the elbows, upper arms and elbows down to your mat. Your fingertips are soft, pointing up to the ceiling. Press into your shoulders and upper arms. Lift your hips off the floor. And exhale and back down. Good. Inhale, lift. Just little baby bridges here. Exhale down. Good. 3 more. Press it up. Exhale it down. Good. Press up. Exhale down. We got 1 more. Press it up. And exhale right down. And then check out your strap. So start with it underneath the lower ribs. It's pressed out to the side. And notice, and some of you have done this work with me before, notice if you do nothing, that strap will just slide side to side, okay? What I want you to do is press down enough through your back that when you tug on that strap, it doesn't go anywhere. So start there. So inhale, you release the spine. Exhale, press your back into the floor, press your belly into the floor. Give your strap a little tug. Once you know you have it, you don't have to keep tugging. And just see if you can keep that strap in place and feel your core, feel the belly working. Good. Inhale, release. Exhale, press, maybe tug on your strap, right? It's real easy for it to slip out. So you really got to press hard. Good. Do it again. Inhale, soft. Exhale, press down, pull, but this time don't release the back on the inhale. I want you to inhale right from here. Exhale, keep pushing into your strap. Good. Inhale, release. Exhale, last one here. Press into your strap. Pull on it. See if you can keep it in place. And then release and relax. Good. Now, if that was really challenging, I want you to stay right there. If it was okay, you got the hang of it, take the legs to 90 degrees. And notice if you do nothing, right, the back is going to arch. I can put my whole hand underneath my back. So same thing here. I'm just going to inhale here. Exhale, press down into your strap and give it a pull and see if it'll stay. Yep. And then inhale, release. Exhale, press down, press down, press down. And inhale. Exhale, press down. Keep pressing, keep pressing. Good. Keep the press. Inhale right here. Exhale, release. And release. Good. If that was easy, left leg goes up, right leg stays in 90 degrees. So you got lots of options. Feet on the floor, feet at 90, one leg lifted up. We're only going to do 3 here. Inhale first. Exhale, press down, press. Inhale, the release. Exhale, press. Yep. Inhale, release. Exhale, press. Hold the press. Inhale. Exhale. Switch legs. Inhale, release it. Exhale, press and check your strap. I'm keeping some tension on the strap as well so that I can keep checking. Inhale, release. Exhale, press. Whoop, that one wanted to slip. Good. One more. Inhale. Exhale, press. Whoo, and then hold the press. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Release the legs for a moment. Circle out your ankles. Last one here. Now, if this has so far been super easy, slide the strap down to the low back where there is more space, okay? So we're gonna only do one more set, both sides, both legs to 90 degrees. Take the right leg up, leave the left leg bent, and then press into your strap and just give it a little bit of a pull, okay? So if you have it there, take the right leg down toward the floor a little bit. So it's just angled. That's going to make it harder. So inhale first. Exhale, push into the strap. Push. Good. Inhale, release. Exhale, push into the strap. See if it stays. Good. One more. Inhale. Exhale, push into your strap. Pull, see if it'll stay. Inhale in that pull down mode. Exhale, push down. And release. We got one more side. You might have noticed if it's at the low back, a little bit trickier. Both knees to 90. Optionally, your left leg straight up or just slightly diagonal down. You'll notice how much more the stomach has to engage with that leg diagonally toward the floor. Press down into your strap, maybe give it a little tug, see if it'll stay, and then inhale, release the back. Exhale, pull it out and press it down, see if the strap will move. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull down on that strap, really press. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but my left leg keeps wanting to raise up. Inhale, last one. Exhale, press down, Press, press, press. Hold the press. Inhale. Exhale. And release both knees to your chest. Good job, everybody. Woo-wee. And then walk your strap up your shoulders until it's pretty much underneath your armpits. Okay. Once you've got it there, if you have enough strap, take the strap up toward the ceiling and then overhead. So you're going to feel this lift of the chest a little bit more. I'm hoping we'll get back to this a little bit later, but just feel that drawing in of the shoulder blades, right? The drawing in of the lower ribs and the shoulder blades, the chest is lifting, the shoulders are up, and release it. Release your strap, bring your knees to your chest, roll the knees to one side, and come on up. Woo! Nice little core work first thing this morning. Set that strap aside for now. Simple cross legs if you can. If not, take your legs where you need to for you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus arms. Twist to your right. Come center, go right to the left. And just slow motion here. Watch the twisting. Imagine somebody has a string on your belly button and they're trying to get that belly button to move. Yep, and feel your side body, right? Working with the oblique muscles. Breathe, internal, external obliques. Keep twisting if you can. Good. Next time you are to your right, hold. Take your right arm, reach it behind your back. Reach for your opposite side waist. And then with your left hand, I want you to open the shoulder back out to the left. Yep, so you're not coming across. Find your breath. Breathe. Watch the tension, the head, the neck, right? And release the right arm. Come back to cactus. Twist to your left. Take the left arm, reach it behind your back, and then open the right arm back out to the right. Open chest work here. Release that arm that's behind. Take it back to cactus. Take it center. Bring both elbows together and open them up. Squeeze them together. Open. Good. 3 more. In. Open. Try to keep the elbows parallel to the floor, so don't let them drop down to your side. And open. Last one right here. Squeeze and open. Woo! And let go, everybody. Roll out your shoulders. And then simple last one here. Right hand to the floor. Left arm reaches up to the ceiling. Now reach the fingers up as you reach the ribs out as you press the hip down, all on that left side. Soften and open the right shoulder and then come over to a side stretch. That's it. Big deep breath, everybody. Inhale, reach up. Take the other arm up. Exhale, other side. First press down, open the ribs, reach the fingertips, and then take it over. We got this, right? No worries. Soften the fingers a little bit. I like having them straight, but I don't want to overextend them. I want to be soft in the knuckles there. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, both hands, fingertips touch. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, fingertips touch. Good. Reach, tap them up, down. 2 more. Reach up, tap. Exhale it down. Last one. Reach up. And exhale down and then roll those shoulders out. Nice job, everybody. All right, come on up to table pose. So table pose, hands and knees, you know this, right, by now. Remember that you can go to soft fist if you feel that the wrists are strong enough to hold your position. If not, just walk the hands a little further forward if the wrists are chatty. And then tone in through your belly, reach the right hand forward. In fact, you can take the knees a little wide, bring the feet back towards center. Reach your right hand forward Lift it up to the sky. Follow it if you can. And then slide it back down. Good. 3 more or 2 more right here. Go slow. Lift up. See how the arm changes. Reach back. And 1 more. Reach up and reach back and let go. Other side. The left arm reaches out. Follow it. Reach. Swing it back and forward. Lift it up. Back. Forward. 1 more right here. Oh, yeah. Good. Stretch, everybody. Release that down. And then depending on your knees, right? So just be mindful here. Walk the hands forward. If you can, just bring the hips back as much as you can for you. It might be straight up, but stretch through the shoulders and then pull your hands back as you lift up and maybe drop the hips a little bit. Be mindful here. Push the hands away as you stretch back. Pull the hands back as you lean forward. I'm getting a cramp in my calf. Why? Good. Last one. Push and pull and release it right back to table pose. Spread the fingers out. Flip your toes under. Let's come to downward facing dog. Once you're there, pedal out your feet. Oh, yeah. Stretch, stretch, stretch. That's it. And then find your down dog. So just come into your down dog. Let it feel good. Maybe the feet are wide for this early morning down dog or early in class down dog. Inhale to your tippy toes. Lower down to your knees. Take your right foot and step it forward. That's it. Maybe you've got your hands on your blocks. You're lifting up through the torso, stretching through the left thigh, right? Shoulders are back. You can take the blocks up even higher if you feel like you're leaning heavy on your blocks. And then with this front leg, just straighten it where you can and bend it. As you bend it, look up. As you straighten it, just kind of look down and up. Don't forget the breath. Exhale back. Good. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale it back. Last one. Inhale. Yeah. And exhale. Good. Bend the front knee, but then just switch sides. Bring your right leg back. Bring your left leg forward. Take your time. Find your good alignment, right? We know this all by now, right? We know. As they say, once you know, you can never not know. You might hide it. It might get a little cobwebby, but you're always going to know somewhere in there. All right, so just feel the stretch. Feel that stretch along the front of the right thigh. Always just out of habit, engage the back glute just to keep that hip supported. And as you exhale, straighten the front leg. Inhale, bend and lift your chest. Exhale, squeeze it back. Good, bend and lift. Exhale. We got 2 more, everybody. Take your time. Just let those legs open up. Exhale it back. Good. Last one. And breathe. Good. Listen up. You're going to bend your front knee. Lift your back knee. Lift your back knee. And then carefully, you're going to drop your back foot so that you can walk your hands to center. Turn your other foot out too. So both feet are pointing straight forward, long end of your mat. Bend your knees. Take your hands up to your knees and come on up. Woo! Shake, shake, shake. Shake it out, everybody. Good. And then step your feet together. Not all the way together, but back to center. So feet are slightly wider than your hips width apart, maybe almost twice as wide. You decide. Want you to hinge from the hips as you bend your knees. So little squat, right? And then just stand up. You can take your hands to your thighs, slide down, watch your back, and press up. So simple, right? Just simple moves here. Down and up. Good. 2 more. Down. Squeeze it up. Last one. Down we go. And squeeze it up and roll your shoulders. And then take the feet wide again. So again, always watching the knees with the squats. You know who you are. Mwah, love you. You know I do. So legs straight, arms up, tap your fingers. Exhale, knees bend any amount, tap down with the fingers. So variation of goddess pose. Make sure the knees are pressing out, even if you're up high, okay? Inhale, reach up. Slow, exhale down. When you tap down, don't roll down, like don't drop the chest. Inhale, squeeze up. Exhale, slow down. Good, 2 more. We're doing series of 5 today, aren't we? Exhale. Last one, take it up. Exhale, slow. Once you're there, release the hands to your thighs. And I want you to push your hands into your thighs. Your shoulders are going to raise up a little bit. That's okay with me. Just push the weight of your hands, of your arms into your thighs. Don't let the chest collapse forward. Just hold it right here. So we're doing a little bit of weight bearing here, right? Imagine if instead of pushing down, we had 2 10-pound weights on our thighs, pressing down. That's kind of what I'm looking for. And then stand up. We got 1 more here. Come on down to your level. This time I want you to take the heels of the hands right up to the creases of your thighs. So push down like we did before, but now pretend you're going to push up. Feel the difference? Woo! That is some serious work. Keep trying to push your thighs back into your hands. Keep trying, do your best. And then release and stand all the way up. Whew, beautiful. Heel toe back in. Shake it out, everybody. Come on back to the front of your mat. You can have your blocks up at the front in case you need them or want them. Inhale, reach up. Exhale all the way down. Watch your backs here. Soften the knees, step back right leg. Once you're there, step back left leg, downward facing dog. Notice this one feeling a little bit better maybe than the first one. Shake it out, shake out your hips, shake out your legs. Engage the upper shoulders. Don't just drop through those shoulder joints. Take it to plank pose. Whew. Tone it in, everybody. Now, everybody lower the knees for a minute. If you were with me on Sunday, we did this. We're going to do it again. Okay. You're going, what is she talking about? If you have wrist issues, come to elbows, because we did on Sunday, we did it on elbows. Today, we're doing it on hands, building strength. So come into plank, breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want 5 knee taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower the knees and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tap for 5. 5. Yep. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got 1 more set. Go for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 taps. 1, 2. I know. 3, 4, 5. Lower and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower to the floor. Slow, 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 slow. Release to Sphinx and lift up. Little bit of core, right? Once you're in Sphinx, if you were on hands that whole time, turn your palms face up and curl the wrists in. Whew, and release, just curl them in. That's a long time to be on the hands like that. So give them some love, you know. That's it, couple more. Just shake them out. Good. All right, so take your hands under your shoulders, draw the shoulders back. I want you to push into your knees and press up to half plank. Press it up, there you go. Feet to the floor, full plank. Downward facing dog. Good job, everybody. Upper body strength, super, super important. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Look through your hands, either knees down or up, and step forward, left leg. Woo! And breathe. And then turn your hands back to the center. Turn your left foot back to the center so you are back into a forward fold, wide leg forward fold. Stretch out your upper body. Bend your knees and come on up. And breathe. Good. And then just one more little thing, and then we're going to get into the meat of it, right? We're going to get into the carrots of this class if you're vegetarian. I want you to just stand here. Your toes are, for me, my toes are out to the side slightly, but however you have them, they should be equal to each other. So if your toes are more forward and that's how your hips work and how you feel stable, just make sure they're both pretty much pointing in the same direction. Don't turn them way out, right? So if I've got my dancers out there, don't do that. So have them somewhere in between. And then tone in through the belly. And all I want you to do is try to squeeze your thighs together. Squeeze the thighs together. And breathe. And notice that as you try to concentrate here on those inner thighs, right? There goes the butt, right? That engages, the outer hips engage, the low belly engages without you even trying. Squeeze them in, isometric work, and then just release. Good, one more. Big squeeze in, squeeze, and release. Now, inhale, reach up. Exhale, halfway down. Take your hands to your hips or your waist. Your hips, really, it's more like the crease. Notice how this feels when you don't squeeze your inner thighs. Now, squeeze your inner thighs. Look forward and stand back up. So a little bit of work here, right? So when we engage the legs, glutes, the low back doesn't have to take the weight of the torso. So we want to take it forward. Isometric squeeze of the inner thighs, inner groin, right? Maybe even the pelvic floor muscles. Keep that and lift up. If that felt okay, come halfway down. So this is still core work. Take the arms out to the sides. Now it's going to get harder. Now we've got all this weight out here. Squeeze, turn the palms up, take the arms up. Yep. Exhale, arms out, turn the palms down halfway. Squeeze those inner thighs toward each other. Inhale, lift up. If you're having any low back discomfort, then pause and take a moment to rest. Last one, squeeze it up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Shake it out. And then just step your legs together. So that was a lesson I learned a while ago when I was always having low back issues and wondering why, right? Legs, hips, glutes. For this next single thing, I just want you to maybe come near a wall. This is balance, and it can be tricky even though it seems so simple. So take your left foot forward and step your right foot back. Now, normally, because we're going to come back to this later, normally, if you're in, say, a warrior pose you've got heel to heel alignment for most of us. What happens a lot of times when we step that leg forward, back, when we're doing different poses, we get too narrow. So we're going to take advantage of this narrow and work with our balance. So front hip rolls back. And I want you to turn the back foot so that your legs are pretty much lined up, one behind the other. Now, and that's, you can see I'm near a wall. The other thing you can do instead of ball mound is drop the back heel, front leg is straight, and imagine that you are walking on a tightrope. Look straight ahead, hips are straight ahead, shoulders are straight ahead. Squeeze the inner thighs toward each other and breathe. Good. Release, just try to step out of it if you can. And then switch sides. You're either one in front, one in back, really straight or slightly dropped back. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. For some of you, this is going to be easy. For some of you, this is going to take a lot of core work to stay stable. Inner thighs, right? Belly, glutes, shoulders. Find your still point, rough still point in front of you. Breathe. Good. And release. And then come down to the back of your mat. We've done this one before as well. This is one of my favorites that Betty taught me. And that's that heel toe walk. So try to find a spot in front of you. Again, if you want to be near a wall, that's awesome. Try not to look at your feet, but step your heel to your toe to your heel. Do whatever you want with your arms. Come to the front of your mat, stop. See if you can find balance, and then change, go backwards. Try to look at the spot in front of you. It's, for me, it's like 10, 12 feet in front. Watch stuff behind you, Betty, and release it. Okay, good. Good job, everybody. Now come on back to the front of your mat. I need a little sip of tea. And just shake it out. So left foot forward, right foot back, warrior two, line up. Okay, so heel to heel or heel to arch if your balance, front heel to back arch if your balance feels a little sturdier. Front hip rolls back. When you roll the front hip back, that front knee kind of rolls into alignment. Take the arms out. Now, this is going to require some balance. When we take poses that are so simple like this and we move with them, requires more balance. So make sure your stance is wide enough for you. All right, so as your arms go up, your front leg straightens. So inhale, straight arms, straight leg. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale it out. Arms stay wide. Watch the front knee. Inhale up. Exhale. One more. Inhale it up. Exhale. Hold. Warrior two. Notice if you're overreaching, bring the torso back in. Take your arm to your thigh. Reach your opposite arm overhead. Find your breath. Yep, you got it. And I realize that I'm not mirroring here. So if you haven't figured that out, good. And then push into your thigh with your arm, push your thigh into your arm. Try to lift that leg off the floor. Yep. Now squeeze the core, raise up, warrior two, straighten your front arm, take the arms up, or straighten your front leg, take the arms up. Good, leave your, so I'm not mirroring, leave your right arm up. Take your left arm out, reach forward, triangle pose. We've been playing with these poses, triangle warrior two, quite a bit. This should really make sense for you. Now, if you're in triangle, you're too low. You'll feel all crunched up and you're straining. If that's the case, you take that hand up. I'm okay if your hand is at your thigh, just not on the knee, right? I don't care if it's on your shin. Open the shoulders. Whew. Inhale, raise it up. Exhale, let it go. Whew. Turn your left toes. Hinge at your hips. Come on down. Find your breath. That's it. Press into your hands, lift up, and come on up. Good. Simply just turn your left foot in, your right foot out. Again, sorry, I'm not mirroring here, but you know which side you're on. Bend your front knee, find your warrior two pose. Once again, watch that front hip. It's almost like, for me anyway, for my body, that hip has to just sit in, if that makes sense, so that it's really a neutral thigh. The very center of my thigh is pointing straight up. I'm not in, I'm not out. And then the foot spreads out, the knee goes over the ankle, the back leg engages. I even try to lift my back arch a little bit, if you can feel that. Arms out, warrior two. So in the series of poses for yoga and osteoporosis, warrior two. Piece of cake, right? We're building strength, building bone. All right, when you're ready, straighten the front leg, arms go up. Exhale and back to warrior two. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. 3 more, inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Use your breath. Last one. Exhale, hold, breathe, open up those shoulders. Take your arm to your thigh, take your other arm over your ear. Press down with the arm as you press up with the leg. The up with the leg is really kind of energetic, isometric, because you can't really, unless you lift your heel. There's a whole nother bit of work, right? But just feel your pose, everybody. That's it, breathe. Inhale, straighten the legs, straighten the arms. Leave your top arm there, take the right arm forward, lean forward. Find your triangle pose. Watch that that front hip doesn't roll forward and that the front knee doesn't hyperextend. Breathe, open, open, open shoulders, everybody. Lengthen through the tailbone. Find your breath. Good, squeeze your core, slide it up, bend your front leg, release, oh. Shake it out, heel toe it in, heel toe it in. I know, right? So we find, right, the simple stuff, and my yoga gets simpler as I get older because I just don't feel a need for the big stuff. We'll still play with some of that stuff, right? But it doesn't have to be wah, right? It doesn't have to be huge to be effective. And there's where we're at today. All right, so the blocks are to the front of your mat. You can put them up nice and high. They can either be on or just small, kind of just off your mat. Shake out the shoulders. Shake out the hips. Left foot forward, right foot back, not super far. This time we're back to almost the tightrope, but not, right? So that warrior one stance, back toes pointing more or less forward. Your feet are hips width apart. For most of us, for some of us, they're even wider from a balance standpoint. So press into your back leg, bend your front leg. Inhale the arms up and breathe and just feel this pose. Some of you can take the hands together, index finger points up, the arms hug the ears, and you lift through the shoulders, little more back bend, right? Just find that. Press strongly through the back leg, press strongly through the back heel if you can. Unscrunch your front toes. Good. Find your breath. And then release the arms. You're going to take the hips forward as the arms come, take the hips back as the arms come forward and they land on your blocks. Take a moment here, have the blocks up high, and take a moment to adjust your pose, right? That front hip rolls back a little bit. You feel the leg, the front leg's bone just drop right back into the hip. The torso gets long. You can even walk your blocks forward. You can drop your head down toward the knee. Press into your back leg, everybody. Find your breath. And then press into your blocks. Lift your chest. Bend your front knee. Press into your feet and see if you can lift those hands back off the blocks. Yep, there's the hard part. Again, near a wall is awesome. Good, breathe, warrior one, here we go. Pyramid pose. Straighten the front leg, lengthen through your torso. Hands can come to blocks or to the floor. Let the back of the neck fully release. Breathe. Your front leg is as straight as you can bring it for you. This is all about the hamstrings, right? I'm already thinking of you, Adriana. So hamstrings. Here we go. Bend your front leg. Start to lengthen your torso. It's like you already know you're going to lift. So press into that front leg. Lift up, warrior one. Breathe. We got one more, everybody. Breathe. Here we go. So hips press back, push back into that front foot. Lower the hands down slowly. Come into pyramid. Press into the back leg. Don't forget about that leg. Torso gets long. Find your breath. Good, listen up. Here's the hard part. You're gonna bend your front knee. Your hands are down they're on blocks, but or floor. But if they're on high blocks, lower them to medium or to low. Okay, just from a stability standpoint, I'll demo with the blocks. Walk your blocks forward. You're gonna press off the back leg and stand on the front leg. Hips are even, toes are pointing down. It's not about lifting the leg. Breathe, I know. Bend your long leg and set it down next to your other. Woo, shake out those hips. Press your hands into your knees and come on up to standing. And then just take a walk around, shake it out. Whole bunch of work for that leg, right? Building muscle, bone, joint strength. Lots of lubrication, lots of blood flow in there. That's where we're going to see if we can find it. All right, other side. So we start with the blocks up on high. Right leg is forward, left foot is back. Again, near a wall is perfectly awesome. You're going to find that warrior one stance. For me, I'm all of hips width apart from a stability standpoint. All right, inhale the arms up. Feel as if that strap is behind your back and notice this nice big wide open pose. Good, maybe the hands come together, maybe you hug the ears as you look up, a little bit more back bend. When you're ready, separate the hands, press the hips back, push into the feet. Lower those hands to your blocks and pause, and then adjust your pose as you need to, right? Maybe the hip has to roll back. Maybe the feet need to spread out. Maybe the torso needs to go a bit longer. There's no reason to go lower especially if the hamstring's tight, by the way, as I pat my calf, especially if the hammies are tight. But if your hamstrings are ready for it, you can just drop the head, take that tension out of the back of the neck. The hard part is the getting up, right? So press into your blocks, engage your belly. See if you can bend your front knee as you lift up. That's it. I know this is a hard transition. It takes a lot of strength. When you're ready, hips back, arms forward, slowly come to your blocks. Maybe you lower them a little bit. Maybe not. One side often tighter than the other. So maybe you give that one a little bit more permission to go slow. Here we are. Bend your front knee. Lift your chest. Like I already start to lift my neck, my head, my chest, because I know I got to get that strength and that weight up again. Breathe. We got one more. And when you're ready, separating those arms, press the hips back as the leg straightens. As you take your hands to your blocks, maybe to the floor. Pause here. Square your front foot. Notice, like I just noticed that I was leaning into my pinky side and my ankle was kind of pressing out to the side. So just draw it back in. Find your breath. Soften, soften. That's it. Good. Soften your front knee. Take your hands to your blocks. Just don't have them up high, okay? At the highest level. It's too unstable. Walk your blocks forward. Push into your front legs. See if you can lift your back. Try to keep the toes pointing mostly down. Torso long. Front leg taking all the weight here. Breathe. And then soften your standing knee, yeah. As you set the other leg back, shake out your hips, forward fold, everybody. Breathe. Good. Let your hands come right to the floor from here, and then step back, right leg. Find your breath. Step back, left leg, downward facing dog. Lower your knees to the floor. And you can either come to a seat, which is where we're going to end, or you can take a few moments in child's pose just to stretch it out, just to release it out, just to find your breath. Whew. And then come on up and find a seat. You can sit any way that you want. If your legs are straight out in front of you, I would just, if you can, bend the knees some, just so that your back doesn't have to take all that weight like a dandasana, right? Just so you can sit tall. So otherwise, you can sit on your block like you would normally, or you can sit cross-legged. And then grab your strap and take it behind your back. And try to find just relative equal on both sides. And then take that strap back up under your armpits. Once you've got that and you're holding on to both sides, I want you to pull the strap forward and feel yourself, right? Feel your chest move forward. Tone the lower belly so that the tailbone stays long. And then straighten your arms out in front of you. So I'm really pulling on the strap. Please don't drop your head, okay? Once you raise those straps, those arms up, you can look up, but don't just let your head hang back. I don't find that helpful. But just breathe, like really open up the space here. and release it and come down. Right? If we have that tendency to the upper back rounding, that can feel super intense. And so take it up there again. And we've done this one, all of you that are with me live today, I know you've done this with me a zillion times. Just throw one strap over each shoulder just for a second. We're not going to stay here. Make sure that there's no twists in your strap. Reach behind you. Don't even worry about crossing or any of the things we usually do. I just want you to hold on to both ends and pull straight down, straight down, straight down, straight down, straight down. If your hands reach the floor, your knuckles reach the floor, awesome. If they don't, awesome. Okay, just straight back. And feel your shoulders draw back. Feel your chest lift. Nothing else happening. There's no other work here, right? So when we play with back bends in yoga, it's how do we get that upper back to open up? Indeed. Good. And then just release it. You're going to come down to the floor. You're going to lay that strap across your mat again. And once we're there, we'll figure it out. Have one block nearby just for later. And come on down to your backs. Just pause a second here. Just feel that. It's all good, right? It's all good. You're going to take that strap right up to the armpits again. You're going to take the strap under the armpits and around the front of the chest, just like we did right toward the beginning of class. And if that's hard to figure out, then from around your back at the armpits, take the arms straight up to the ceiling. Your palms are facing each other, and then reach with the strap overhead. So right away, we feel that chest open. Your feet are on the floor. Little baby squeeze of your tailbone and lift the hips off the floor. So bridge pose is easy for most, but it's tricky in that it's hard to open up the upper chest. So we're giving it a little bit of assistance. And if you want to reach up to the ceiling first to feel that, and then take the arms overhead, go ahead and do that. And just feel how that drawing in of the shoulder blades helps lift the chest. Now, if this feels like crap, don't do it. Release the strap fully, because for some of us, it's going to kind of crunch up the shoulders, and I don't want that. And then keep the tension on your strap as you lower your hips back to the floor and flatten your lower back. And then release your back, release the tension on your strap. Just one more here. Again, if you want to take the strap overhead first, and then over back down to the floor, press into your feet, lift your hips, find your breath. Don't let your neck get over scrunchy, overly scrunchy. Breathe, press into the feet, lift the hips. Keep that strong tension on your straps so that there's traction. Lower your hips to the floor, flatten your back, and then release all of it. And breathe. Take the strap out from underneath you. Whew. And instead, take the strap to the front of both ankles. So all I did was take my strap down to the bottom of my legs. My feet are on the floor, so it's at the front of my ankles. And then both hands, each hand, walks down your strap so that there's just a little bit of tension on the ankles, okay? The strap on the ankles. Draw the shoulders down. Your palms are either facing each other or slightly pointed toward the ceiling, just so the shoulders are wide open. push those legs into your strap and lift your hips. So another variation of bridge pose, right? Blah. Bridge pose, cornbread, for those of you who know that reference. Breathe. So, right, we're lifting our shoulders, our chest. We're working with the hips and the legs. We're pushing our legs into the strap isometrically. And then slowly lower down. Whew. Release your hands from your strap. Shake out your fingers. If you were gripping that strap as hard as I just was, shake them out. And breathe. Just one more here. Hold on to your strap. Press your ankles, front of your ankles into that strap. Draw the shoulders down. Lift your hips. Whew, and breathe. Don't overdo it here, right? So I'm just going to loosen the fingers a little bit. I'm going to press my legs into the strap, lift through the hips. Now hold that, but let the strap go fully. Just let your hands be palms up or palms down. Press into your legs and then slowly lower down all the way to the floor and move your strap out of the way. You can even draw your knees to your chest for a moment and breathe. And then grab your sweet little block. Place it under your sacrum. Keep it at the lowest level, please. So make sure it's nowhere near your back. If your hands are resting on your hip bones, your block is below that. It's nowhere near that sweet little back of yours that we take good care of. Bring your right knee to your chest, stretch your left leg long. And you can hold on to the right leg or not, right? You don't really need to. If you feel your low back here, sometimes you will, or you can, then just try either pressing the sacrum down into the block more, or sometimes you have to tilt up a little bit more because our bodies are all different and it might just be too much of a back bend. And so you either soften by rounding or press the sacrum down for more support. Find your breath. Relax both legs. I tend to flex just out of habit. Just relax it. And breathe. And notice your breath here, right? Can you take a nice deep breath in and let it go? That's it. Maybe one more big deep breath. And exhale it all the way out. And then bend your left, bring that toward chest, straighten your right. Soften everything, soften the feet, soften the shoulders, the jaw. Just be in this moment. Maybe noticing that your breath is deeper and clearer than it was when we started. Deep breath in. Exhaling it out. And again. Bend your right knee. Release the hands so that they're just on either side of your block. And if you are comfortable, take both legs up to the ceiling. Inversions are really good. You can also take your legs up the wall if you're near it. You just want to be mindful if you have high blood pressure, uncontrolled eye pressure issues, glaucoma, You might not want to do this. You might want to have those feet back on the floor. But if you're here, see if you can really relax your upper body. The back of the neck is long, the shoulders are open, the chest is open, and you are just hanging out in a little inversion. Finding your breath. Giving yourself a little appreciation for being here today, for making the effort, for showing up, even if I didn't send you the link. And in this very moment, it is a great day. In this moment. Breathe. Carefully bend the knees. One foot to the floor at a time. Pause. Press into your feet. Lift your hips off your block. Pause again, just resetting. And then lower your whole back to the floor. Whew. Bring your knees to your chest. Take the knees to the right. Open up the whole left side chest. Take the left arm out to the left. Come into a twist. That's it. Soften through the neck, the shoulders. Maybe you feel a nice stretch through the left side chest. Don't force it though. Let your twist be organic. For some of you, if your knees don't touch, you can just place a soft fist between those knees to give it a little bit of space, or your block. Relax your jaw. Good, let the top knee come to center and then the bottom knee. And when you're ready, both knees back to chest and over to the left. Once again, soften, breathe, let go. Try to let gravity take this twist without any strain, without any holding. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good, take the top knee up and the bottom knee. And I want you to consider, you don't have to do it, but I want you to consider something a little bit different. If you happen to have a blanket or your blocks I want you to take them down by where your ankles would be. If you don't have a blanket with you, you can just set your blocks there. And I can show you that as well. You're going to do Savasana on your belly, which we don't do. It's not really Savasana, it's a variation. So there's the blocks if I were to use my blocks. But it can really be instructive. And I just want something under your ankles so that your knees and thighs can completely relax to the floor. And then once you find that, your head can be turned, your head can be straight, resting on your hands, wherever it is for you. And I'm just going to scoot these down or use my blanket. And then get your upper body as, sorry, my hair's all over my face. Get your upper body as comfortable as you can. Maybe you take your glasses off. Maybe you just rest. And as you breathe, as you start to drop yourself to the floor, feel how your belly presses into the floor as you inhale. And how it releases on the exhale. And maybe feel how the natural curves of your spine come into that space so easily. So easily. The low back, the upper back, the sacrum, the neck. And just let your whole body be heavy here. So your whole body is just soft, relaxed. We don't lay like this often, and we don't give our spines a chance to just be in their natural curves without holding them or forcing them. So here we are, just letting it be. And only if you want, you can turn the head to one side just to release that cervical spine in one direction. Maybe turn the head to the other side. And then maybe back to center. Just breathe, everyone. And then slowly release out of this, just to roll onto whichever side you want, to bend your knees. Your arm makes a pillow for your head. And you're in a kind of a variation of fetal pose, seedling pose. And I want you to pause again. You can have your knees as bent or not bent as you want. Have your head tucked into your arm and just pause. And feel your breath again. And let go of all your worries and all your troubles just for a moment. And then very carefully and very heavily, just press yourself up to a seat, all the way up. Pause again. Take your hands to your heart. Bow to your own inner goodness, the wealth of compassion that you carry within you every day. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, everybody. As I scoot up. Scoot, scoot. Scoot, scoot.